Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to cover Linux, what Linux is and why you should be using Linux as a developer. We're also going to cover how to install Linux on your Windows OS, also some basic shell commands. Great to have you. Let's go. What is Linux? Linux is an operating system like Windows and just like Mac. So, what makes Linux special? Well, to fully understand Linux, you must first know about Unix. Unix is a multi-user computer operating system that was made in the late 20s. It was widely used for internet servers, workstations, and mainframe computers because of how simple it is to use, how portable it is. It can slot into any device, and then it allowed multitasking and multi-user capabilities, which as of that time was very, 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 very big deal. So lots of companies accepted Unix and became very, very, very popular. Because of this and other reasons like cost of Unix and things like that, other developers began to create their own versions, their own clones of Unix. They started to make their own, operating system like Linux and stuff like that. And a certain developer called Linus Torvalds, I don't really know if I'm pronouncing that right, Linus Torvalds, in collaboration with FSF in 1991, created Linux.
Oh, that is so cool.
Okay, guys. First of all, before you can start using Linux, you have to have, Linux on your system. Now, if you're using a MacBook, these steps are not needed. You can totally skip this next step if you have a MacBook, because, as I said before, Mac is built on Unix, so you have a Unix-based system. You have access to Bash already. You have access to Shell, so you do not need to install Linux. But if you're using Windows, you need to install Linux.
You've got to be shitting me!
My Windows is I'm using a Windows version 11, but this process can also apply for Windows 10. So what you do is you search for remove and add features. So what you do, you search for features. Search for features, and then you click on turn Windows features on or off. Now, like I said, if you are using Windows 10, this also applies. You do not need to go for Windows 11 to go through this process. So you search for turn Windows features on or off. After loading, you scroll and look for this Windows subsystem for Linux. In most cases, it's not going to be ticked. So you click it and then you look for this Hyper-V. If this is not ticked, then you tick it. If it is, then you leave it. Then you click on OK. After clicking on OK, you go to App Store, your Microsoft App Store, or you can also search it on Google. I'll show you how to do that. You search Ubuntu. Everything I'm doing here, I can do them straight from the terminal, but the reason I'm using this is because I haven't really shown you guys how to use the terminal. So I'm using this graphical user interface to show you. Subsequently, when you're strong with So you choose Ubuntu, click on it, and you click on get. So when it's done, you search. So when it's done, you search Ubuntu. My version is 20.0. For yours could be different. Okay, so you click, and this is how it look. This is how it looks. Okay, but um, another way of doing this is to use terminal. Now you can use this, it's still the same thing. Using this is the same. As you can see, you use ls-al, it still works just like any bash terminal. But I prefer doing things a different way, so I'm going to use a different terminal for mine. Search Windows terminal. I'm using this because I customized my Windows terminal to look different. Search for Ubuntu. But basically, this is the same thing. This is the same thing with any bash command terminal. It's the same thing with the ones in the one online, the one on ALX. It's the same thing. As you can see, this is the root. So what I'm going to do now is, because I want to show you the power of command line and what it really is, I'm going to I can make use of this root folder. But I'm going to navigate to my usual desktop so you can see everything that's happening. So how do I navigate to my laptop's desktop? All I need to do is cd is change directory. I have a PDF file that shows all the basic commands of so this terminal is the same terminal any um, Linux terminal out there. I just edited it and made it look different. It's the same thing with the one on ALX, the same um, Ubuntu system. This is an Ubuntu virtual machine. This is an Ubuntu virtual machine running on my Windows. So now I can do everything I want to do on the root. For example, I can look at everything that's on this directory, as you can see. But in order to demonstrate the real power of this command line, I'm going to navigate to my normal Windows desktop so that you can see everything that's happening. And then as for the commands I'm using, I have a PDF file. I prepared a PDF file that has all the basic commands. Well, I'll explain them as I go along. So what do I do to navigate to my C drive? I use CD. CD means change directory. And then /MNT. MNT means mount, which means what hard drive is mounted on my system. Well, now this is going to show me all my hard drives, both the C hard drive, which is the main hard drive of the laptop, and then if I have any hard drive connected to it, any external hard drive, it will also show that as well. Okay, now I'm in mount. To see everything inside, I do lsal, that is list all the directories and files inside this folder. This slash al means everything, including the hidden files. As you can see, this C, here, right here, represents my C drive. That tells me that there is only one mounted hard drive. So now let's enter there, cd c. Okay, now list the files here. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. So I'm trying to navigate into my desktop. Now, these are all my files that are inside the C, as you can see. And we have users here. Usually in Windows, the desktop is usually inside users. So I cd users. Now you have to get the spelling correctly. Now we are inside users. List everything inside. Okay. Now these are all the folders inside users. Now I'm trying to navigate into administrator because that is the name of my main folder. This will be different in your case. It will be named after what you named your laptop. It could be HP, it could be your name, whatever it is. Now cd administrator. Inside lists files. Okay. Now inside administrator, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my desktop. There's a lot of files and a lot of folders, and then folders also mean directories. Okay, so here I can find my desktop here, right here. Okay, so all I need to do now is cd into desktop, cd desktop. Okay, ls again. So now everything I did might seem complicated at first, but I didn't do much. I didn't do anything fancy. All I did was I navigated from the usual root folder, which you would be when you log into your Ubuntu system, and I navigated from there into my Windows hard drive so that you can get to see everything I'm doing live. Now it's not a necessity. I'm only doing it for the sake of new users that are new to CLI, are new to terminal, to really see what is going on. So all I did was, if you look at this, each slash represents each folder. I started at mount and I entered C because C is my default hard drive. From C I went into users, administrator desktop, and these are all the files in my desktop. And if you take a look at my desktop, you can see that. Let me minimize this for now. Okay. Take a look, you can see here we have expose FL64 folder. This highlighted symbol means it is a directory, not a file. The other ones means they are files. Now, as you can see on my desktop, there's only one folder here. Okay. So now I'm going to clear this terminal. Clear. Okay. Now that we're in the desktop, let me demonstrate a quick example of things you can do here using touch, which is the command to create a new file. I'm going to create a text file, call it subscribe. Done. If we check our usual check list command, if you notice, if you check, you would see subscribe somewhere here, right there. if I minimize this tab now, look at it. It's on my desktop already. So basically, this is exactly what shell is all about. We are basically doing the same thing we are doing on Windows or Mac, but this time we are using a terminal. And now you can do anything that you usually do on Windows here, but the difference is it's just much faster here. And once you get the hang of it, it's better to do it from here, especially as a developer. So I'm going to echo into that file. Echo. Now echo is a command to write content into a file. Understand? To place content into a file. So for example, if I echo hello, prints hello. So it's more like a printing command. It prints things into things. So now because I type echo hello without really telling it where to print into, it's simply printed it to the screen. But if I do something like echo hello for I don't know what they call this sign, slash, whatever it is, into, but that symbol represents, like, it's telling Linux where to echo into. So I want to echo into subscribe, which is a file we just created. Txt. Done. So if I say cat is a command to display the content of the particular file. If I say cat subscribe hello, as you can see here, and if we check inside here, click this to open it, as you can see hello, it's there. So that's just everything about shell. Now this is the basics. There is way more things you can do with this, but I'm just walking you through basic stuffs. You understand? So I can echo. Now if I echo kindly subscribe to this channel, and I push it into that same file. What is going to happen is it's going to overwrite. The old content. Okay, so if I minimize this now, and we open this, as you can see, the hello that was there before, it's gone, and now all you can see is kindly subscribe to this channel. So you can do this if you really want to overwrite the content, the previous content. But if you want to keep the previous content and just add a new line to it, you can use something like echo. What should I add? Also like, and turn on post notifications. Okay, now instead of 1 we use 2. You understand? Now since we use 2, it's not going to overwrite it anymore. It's going to just add it to the end. So if we cat it now, subscribe, next, what do we get? As you can see, kindly subscribe to this channel, also like and turn on. So it didn't overwrite it. It didn't. only added, as you can see, it only added to the end. So if that is what you want to achieve, then you use two. Oh my god, I need to search for the name of this symbol. So let me clear this. Okay, so now um I'm going to, what am I going to do? There's a command called man, which is short for manual. Okay, so with this command you can get to see what each what each command does basically. So this is ls, user commands, ls1, ls list directory contents. That is the correct name, list directory contents. I usually just call it list. Okay, so this is the syntax, synopsis. You write ls just like I did. Option. Now this option can be anything. Usually mine was an al. Let me open my notepad at the side. So ls /al. Now this al is the option. Okay, so if I say ls/al, this file now is going to be the directory. You understand? So if I say ls/al/desktop, it's going to list everything inside desktop. Okay, so it's optional. They are both optional. So you can just use ls. You can also add them. Mandatory arguments. These are the options. /a or al means do not ignore entries starting with period or full stop. Now, files that start with full stop are usually hidden files. Underscore / capital letter A, almost all. Do not list it like that. So I cannot really read everything, but it's something you can do on your own if you are confused about the commands. I have a PDF that you can go through and read all the commands. Understand? So if you ever run into you just search pwd, print name of current working directory or present working directory, whichever way you put it. So basically that is just what it is. It is just performing actions with commands. Now what we are going to do is we are going to perform some tasks. Now this task is going to help you really understand what you're doing and how to use the basics of shell. So we're going to create a directory on my desktop so that we can also be seeing it as it's happening. Create a directory. We'll create 3 directories inside that directory. Then inside, we'll create 5 files. And then we're going to play around with these files. We'll rename stuff, we'll move stuff, we'll delete stuff, and we'll delete directories. Just to show you how all these things work. I'm going to create a directory called I'm going to create a directory called my shell. Now this my shell is going to act as our roots. Because when you are doing your project, your ALX project, you most likely are going to be inside the root directory where you have to cd slash root. Understand? So I'm going to create a directory that's going to act as our root, which is going to be our main folder. So everything we're going to do is going to be inside that folder. So our command to create a directory is make directory. So we are going to name it my shell. My shell. Okay. Done. Now cd into my shell. We are inside, and then if you check my shell, it's there already. So you can see the folder is empty. So what do we do inside my shell? Inside my shell, I'm going to create 3 different directories. So call this list. As you can see, I created 3 folders with one command. It's not necessary you do make directory folder 1, make directory folder 2, make directory folder 3. Understand? You can just do everything in one line. As you get more and more used to stuff like this, you begin to understand them more. Now, I want to create a hidden file. So I'm going to, inside my shell folder, I'll touch hidden. Okay. Now let's list. If you notice, when we use only ls, it shows 3 folders: folder 1, folder 2, folder 3. It doesn't show this hidden file that we created. Why? Because whatever starts with a full stop, is a hidden file. So if we go ls/a, then it shows everything. You understand? If I want information, like the full information, like it's showing here up, I do ls/al. Understand? I also do ls/a. This will only show files. It won't show these 2 directories up here. So now that's that about that. Then I created 3 directories. Now I'm going to create 3 files using the touch command. Now I'm using text files because they are easy to just open and all that. You can create any type of file. You can create JavaScript files, stuff like that. You can create basically anything. So I'm creating 5 files. txt file 5. Okay, now let's list everything. Yeah. So there goes our files. Okay. Let me do without the hidden files for now. So we have file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, 5, and then our 3 folders. Check here, see everything created is here. You understand? I hope by now you are beginning to get the hang of what this thing do. So now, how do you copy? If you want to copy a file from one folder to another. For example, I want to copy file 1 into folder 1. What do I do? See, Okay, before copying, let us let us move first. Let's start with moving before we go into copying. I want to move file one into folder one. How do I do it? How do I move file one into folder one? Very simple. I use command mv mv file one dot txt. Done. Now, if you list contents of my shell folder, you notice file one isn't there anymore. So cd, let's move into the file, the folder one. Okay, now list contents. Voila, file one is inside. So cd minus. Now, what does cd minus do? Cd minus means take me back to the previous directory. Okay, so let's rename the file. Let's rename file 5 to, let's change the name to file 10. How do we do that? We use the move. But now this move isn't, if we do move like the last time, move file 5 dot txt into folder 2. If you do like this, it's going to move this file into folder 2. But if you simply want to change the name, what we do is move file 5.txt to file 10.txt. Now click ls. If you notice, there is no longer file 5, it's now file 10. So that's how you rename stuff. So I hope I'm hoping, yeah, like you have your system with you and you're doing everything I'm doing, because this is the only way you're going to get the hang of this. If you're just simply watching me, it's going to end up being confusing at one point. So by doing what I'm doing, you're going to start understanding the concept of shell and how to navigate through shell. Now, let's say we want to delete a file. Let's delete file 2. How do we do it? rm, command for deleting. rm probably means remove. So remove file 4.txt. Now let's check ls. See, there's no longer file 4. File 4 has been deleted. If I check my folder, you notice there's no longer file 4. So how about folders? Voila. So now we try to delete folder 1 and it says rm cannot remove folder 1 directory. So basically what it's trying to tell you is you are trying to delete a folder or a directory and you are using a command that is meant to delete files. You understand? So what is the folder to delete directories? rm dir folder. This time I'm going to use folder 2. Okay, done. Yes, as you can see, no more folder 2. So basically this is it about shell. This is the basic way to navigate shell terminal. With this you can basically do anything. And now what I want you to know is shell commands are very extensive. You can do so much with this. You can do as much as even writing code on this. I think I can remember building a full website from the terminal. You understand? So it can do a lot. You can program here, you can do so many things. You can even open your applications. For example, if I say code file 2.txt, okay, let's see what happens. can see, um, the command code simply opened my Visual Studio Code. I'm sure some of you are familiar with VS Code. So that command code file2.txt simply opened file2 inside my Visual Studio. So if I type hi 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 5 times, save it. I save, minimize this, and then cat file2. Okay, I think I misspelled that. Sorry. cat file2 txt. Okay, as you can see now, the content contains the hi. So that's just that's it. About that's shell. That's the power of shell. Okay, I forgot to copy. The command for copying is cp. cp file3 ls. I copied the file into file 9 and pasted it inside the same directory. So that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, basically this is what I did. Let me explain what I did using this file too. I copied file2.txt and named the new copy file44.txt. Although previously I used file 3 and file 9, but I'm using file 2 now to show you what happened. So if I list everything now, you see file 44. If I cat file 44, you see file 44 has the content that file 2 had. So basically what I did was copy file 2 and pasted it in the same directory but with a different name. So if I try cp file3.txt, as you can see, missing destination. You understand? It's going to tell you that you need to put a destination. You understand? So if I do something like cp file3.txt into file1 and I cd into file1 and list content with file1, now you're going to see file. So that's that about shell. Although this is just the first video, I have many videos coming up about the same shell, more advanced stuff and what have you, things that's going to help you on your journey to programming. This is just the basics. This is the first video, so kindly like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned because I have a lot more coming up. This is the file I spoke about. As you can see, this is all commands I was using. All the commands. I have a link down below. Okay, so and now the next video I'm going to make is going to be about Vim and Emacs. And after that, I'm going to move into Git and GitHub. So before going, sorry, I wanted to show you Nano. Okay, this is Nano. Nano is Nano is a text editor. Instead of using Echo and using online, I can use Nano and write, hello, what's my name? My name is Nano. Here, this name is Nano. Okay. So this is a text editor. It's just like this notepad, just like notepad. The text. So it helps you see what you're doing. For example, you can even code here, and this Nano is just the same thing as Emacs and Vim, which we are going to touch on our next video. You can use it to edit and do anything. Understand? But this is the default one that comes with Ubuntu. It's default. So as I was saying, you can use paragraph, hide there. My name is Tech paragraph. Okay, then you can do heading. Now some of you might not be familiar with what I'm doing. I'm simply writing HTML. Okay, I'm simply writing HTML. What HTML is language, it's a markup language for making web pages, which now you don't have to really understand what HTML is now. Eventually you would know. Okay. So what's important now is to just follow along. It's your name. Instead, I can use this now. Okay, so then I control O to save it. So now let me cd file sorry as you can see our content is now there. Then next we want to, I'm going to change the name. I'll say move here is our file. Okay, as you can see, what is your name? I am Tech. So that's it. If anything I explained is confusing, I'll drop a link on my description to contact me so I can explain further. I'll go a little bit slow. Thank you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, I'm glad you did. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope you'll be back with new videos.